It's good Shabbos time.
It's good to be standing free, brothers and sisters, hundred underneath. Good to be standing tall and free together, one big family. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Hine ma tov. Hine ma tov.
ומה נעים,
ומה נעים,
שבת אחים
שבת אחים.
גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב
Hine ma tov.
ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Okay, so some of you have forgotten that we don't do services to you here. It's a participatory place. So if you're not going to join in, it's going to take longer to have dinner. You know what I mean? I could stretch this service out for 2.5, 3 hours. It's not a problem for me. So in a famous interview that Dr. Heschel had with Carl Stern, that actually turned out to happen 10 days before his death. Carl Stern says at the beginning, I brought these books from home. They're only a small portion of the books you've written. What was there in your life, especially your early life, that would give you the thoughts to fill so many books? Dr. Heschel responds, hard work, training, and a good environment. I was very fortunate in having lived as a child and as a young boy in an environment where there were many people I could revere. People concerned with problems of the inner life, of spirituality and integrity. People who have shown great compassion and understanding for other people. So I read this tonight and I give this opening drash in honor of my father, Jerry Borovitz. On the 28th and 29th of December was his yahrzeit, the 53rd anniversary of his death. In the Hebrew calendar, in the English calendar, tomorrow is the English date of his death, but really today is 53 years since we buried him. So he's very much on my mind, and I'm thinking about it. And my father, I was fortunate also in having lived as a child and as a young boy in an environment where there were many people I could revere. My father was always concerned with the problems of life and of integrity and spirituality. We're in a time where hard work, training, and good environment seem to be pushed aside. And I think that this is what recovery is all about. It certainly is what Judaism is all about. Judaism says that it's hard work to be human because I have to rise above my own, as we talked about in Tshuva group today, I have to rise above. I have to shatter, actually, my ordinary existence. And I have to break through the limitations and bonds of my everyday living. Otherwise, I keep doing the same thing over and over again. Rabbi Heschel, in his description, his definition of radical amazement, says maladjustment to conventional norms. The conventional norm today in colleges is for kids to go and only do things that are going to promote their economic welfare. When I went to college, we went to learn about who we are and the meaning of life for Harriet. I learned who I was in the bars, of course, but that's a different story. But hard work, training, and a good environment. So my thoughts of my father is that my father gave me a good environment and I blew it. And really anything that we've done here at Beit Tshuva is dedicated to our parents because they did give us a good environment. And we walked away from it. And what I've tried to do in these 30 years with my daughter is to give her a good environment. And because there's a good environment, hard work and training no longer feel like an onerous burden, but they really are a gift and a joy. And when we're more worried about how our children feel, everybody should get an award. Then what they're doing, we're going against Rabbi Heschel's way of being. I mean, his daughter, Dr. Susanna Heschel, has been here, and she's a great fan and friend of Beit Tshuva's and of mine and Harriet's. So in some ways, I mean, can you imagine being the daughter of Abraham Joshua Heschel? And how much she loves and reveres. And how that hard work, training, and good environment gave her a life that she loves. So, as I'm thinking about it, my father gave that. My father cared about the problems of everyone. He didn't see color. He saw spirit. He didn't see us and them. He saw we. He never talked about his time in the service because it was just, I think it was just against everything that he believed in, because fighting a war, you're us and them. When you fight a war, there's good guys and bad guys. And my father believed in the connection of every human being. So this hard work, training, and good environment that he set up for me, once I came back to it, and once Harriet came back to that hard work, training, and good environment, of her father and mother, and my mother too. I mean, but both of us have this deep connection to our fathers. By the way, both of us were 14 when our fathers died. Crazy connection. And I'm 14 years different than Harriet. She, of course, is younger than me. But when we came back to that hard work, training, and good environment, we made the commitment to create that for ourselves, for each other, and for everybody who comes across the door, across the threshold. So we're 30 years in, 32 years in. We have this amazing gala coming up. Avia Rosen is over there. Avia, stand up. Avia is tasked with raising $1.8 million in one evening. And every year she just feels like it's going to be simple, right? It's hard work, training, and we create a good environment, right? So, that good environment we still need. We're about 275,000 short of where we need to be by next Friday. So we're asking for anybody that wants to, that can. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to give the whole 275. If you can, we'll take it. I want everybody to understand we're not turning it down. But we need everybody's buy-in. And the $18 is as meaningful as the 180, as the 1,800, as the 18,000, as the 180,000. 1.8 million, if you have it too, that would make it really simple. But it's to help us keep this good environment. You know, people complain about me. He always asks for money. I do. I do because we do the hard work. The residents are engaged in hard work and in training and retraining. Right, Julian? And we, all of us, get to create the good environment. So in my Father's name, I say to you that I'm blessed and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the good environment that you all have helped me create, and Harriet create, and Beit Shuvah create. And I'm calling on you to continue it. Because life and recovery is not one and done. As the birthdays will tell you, it's a continuous journey. And even though I do gratitude later, I want to tell you how grateful I am that I'm the son of Jerry Borovitz. Because my father gave me more than existence. He gave me life and love and spirit. And he gave me the experience of somebody knowing me. That's what we get to give to everyone around us. Families, friends, even strangers. Shabbat Shalom. We continue with the niggin. A niggin is a wordless melody. Blow out the schmutz of the week and breathe in the joy of Shabbos. Page 7, Shalom Aleichem, also on the screens. Next is
Shiru.
Shiru Ladonai.
Shiru Ladonai.
Page 8.
Okay, so now's the time for tzedakah. We're passing the boxes. Who's doing it? Let me look here. I have a note someplace. Where's my notes?
Under there?
Oh. We need Sophia S., Stacy C., Justin S., John G., and Emma B. Come on. Emma.
Like you're excited.
Okay, so as I said before, okay, creating a good environment takes a lot. It takes a lot of hard work. We have a great staff. We have an amazing board of directors. And what a lot of people don't know is how hard our board works. We don't talk about it enough. They work very hard to keep the place going. Make sure we stay in budget and we can keep doing the work we do. And the other thing about the board is they never say no. They don't say, oh no, you have to stop taking people who can't afford $15,000 a month. They've never said that to us. And they work hard to create this good environment. The staff here works absolutely crazy to make sure that residents are seen, they're known, they're cared for. That everybody knows that they belong. The clergy staff, the band, our cantors, work hard so that everybody knows that they matter. And while we're not perfect at it, it also takes money to do. So this tzedakah is part of our asking for money because it costs us extra money to feed everybody and to have ballet and all the other things that we do. So we're very, very grateful. It also helps us teach the residents how to have fun in sobriety. And we are grateful for everything you do. Because ultimately what creates a good environment, and which is very hard work and takes a lot of training, is tshuva. 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 Zach, you've got to be listening because I make these transitions. You know, it's just... The other thing about listening to me is, as Max will tell you, is you never know where I'm going next.
I've seen that.
Okay. But even, okay, so Zach is a volunteer, intern, work therapy person. Now, we have a lot of them. And the whole piece of tshuva is that I am going to be different. That this hard work, training, and good environment allows me to say and to see that I am not stuck in somebody else's name for me, somebody else's description of me. I'm not even stuck in the old description of me. That I'm more. I'm more than whatever I thought I am. And I'm more than the names people call me. Tshuva says that I have the opportunity to recreate and to create anew the life I was meant to live. And we do tshuva out loud here. So for the microphone, I need to call on Josh S. Where's Josh S? Josh S? And this is where people give their own tshuvas. Gratitude, acknowledgments, and tshuvas. Apologies, etc. There's Jeremy. He's got one.
Hey everyone, my name's Jeremy. I'm an extremely grateful member of this community. It's really, this is a gratitude for the birthdays. Every single one of you. It's amazing that I have a relationship or I have experiences with each and all of you. Luke, the first time I was in the house, I didn't really do so well, but you coming in and spitting Biggie verses or Tupac lyrics to get me out of bed in the morning down the group. It's really the first time the seed was planted in my own life to give me the life that I have today. So like you're part of this, and you're part of this. So I thank you, brother. Phil, 2 years, like honestly, 2 years for Phil, man. Like me and Red were talking a little earlier, and it was the truth is like it wasn't roses for you here, you know. It was hard work for you to get to this 2 years and come back after your first and celebrate tonight. It truly is a miracle of recovery, and it's an honor to walk this path with you. Dean, man, to watch you grow into the man you are today, man, like you are truly a giant in this AA world, and what you give back to the people in recovery, it's a blessing, a blessing. I got Jake. Who's the other one? Yes, 2 left. Sorry, Russ, I'll get to you. Jake, man, like, again, coming back and showing up, because that's what you do. That is honestly what you do here. You do show up, and you came back stronger than ever, and you didn't let a mistake define you. And to be here with you and celebrating with you, I wouldn't miss it in the world, even though you didn't invite your friends tonight to come celebrate your birthday. Thank God you got a wonderful woman sitting next to you. And Russ, man, my first experience with you was sitting in the rooms at CGA and hearing you talk about your story in such a vulnerable way. Really was the moment I honestly thought, like, man, like I could do something different. You know, I could find forgiveness for the ugliness of my past. And it's a blessing to work here. I work with a lot of guys coming home from prison, you know. Guys have done a lot of time. Some guys have done more time inside than I am alive today. And to see them come home and have a place that's not the environment that we come home from, and get the chance to have a life that we have today is exactly the path that you have and the path that I followed. So Russell and each and every one of you guys, happy, happy, happy birthday. It's a blessing to celebrate with you guys tonight.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm a very grateful member of this community. Happy birthday to all the birthday people. Russell, 18 years, you're the elder tonight, I think was the way you put it on the patio. You're just a pillar of sobriety, and how you carry yourself and what you bring to this community is so special, and I feel very blessed to have known you since you came home and since you started at Beit Shuvah, so very happy birthday to you. And Jake, happy birthday. I know how hard you work, how passionate you are. I love you, you drive me crazy. But, you know, I just feel really grateful to have you in my life. And the last year has been so much better than the years before. And I hope the next year brings all good things. I'm sure it will. And happy birthday.
I never speak, ever. Hi, I'm Susan, a grateful member of this community. And I'm speaking because this wonderful lady's holding my hand. I want to thank Bet Teshuva because my brother was a resident here, Frank, 9 years ago, and because of that, me and my husband Dwight came to visit him. And we came every week while he was a resident. And my husband fell in love with this community and continued to come for the next 8 years, almost every single week. And he was an atheist. And when he died on April 28th, because he attended every single class offered here, he died with a loving God by his side. And that would have never happened if it wasn't for this family. Thank you very much. I love everyone.
Hi, I'm Jack, a grateful member of this community. Hi. I have gratitude for my extraordinary wife, for the environment that she creates for all of us to live in, for my sister who's been spending time with us, which is a joy. And I also want to share with you something happened today because it was the first time. And I am fortunate enough, and I want to thank Rabbi and Harriet, our dear friends, who allow me to share a passionate part of my life, and that's my art, and here. And that's rare. Yeah, and that's rare. And there were a series of paintings that were up there for, I think, 2-3 years, and people enjoy them, but you stop looking, so I wanted some new pieces to go up, and they're there. The point of I am making is that it's a gift to me to be able to share something I love and I do with all of you. And one young man, who was it, are you here tonight, came up to me when we were hanging the paintings and said to me, he has been here for a while, or he has come back, I don't remember, but he said, I was really scared to come here, and the first time I walked in and saw the paintings on the wall, I felt at home and thought, this is a place I could be. And that to me has never happened. And that's the gift to me. And I have real gratitude that I can share that with you and that it would affect one person in that way. So, and Harriet, Mark, thank you.
Hi, my name is Cameron, and I am just another grateful member of this community. And congrats to everyone taking a cake tonight. Jake, you know, would stop in my room sometimes just to hang out and chat, and I always enjoyed that. And Russell is really just, there's this concept of the spirit of Beit Shuvah, and I think that's you. Anybody who's heard your story knows that anything can be done here. Looking at somebody like you. And I always know, as serious as you are, if you laugh with your eyes, then it's funny. And kind of piggyback on what Rabbi was saying about all that we can do for people here, I was here for 13 and a half months, and I didn't pay a dime to be here. And so everything that you're donating through the gala helps people like me. Just a couple weeks ago, I took a cake for 2 years. And my primary counselor, Jeremy Poole, wasn't there. And since
Does
he
this
likes,
mean that you're also going to announce a donation to the gala?
a ticket has been purchased
Okay. By you?
by me.
Okay, great. Okay.
And also, a check was given on my cake night for every year of sobriety.
That see what
It was,
hard work, training, and a good environment will do.
and I was hoping you would be here, Rabbi, because it was on my Cleveland Indians themed checks. So, but just to get back to Jeremy, I think I was your first resident when you came back from having a baby, and I probably made you wish you could have a much longer paternity leave. But I'm really looking forward to the day when I can tell Jackson how you helped save my life. You mean so much to a lot of people here. And just like Russell, you are that spirit of Beit Shuvah. And I love you. Thank you.
Good Shabbos, everyone. I'm Zach, a grateful member of this community.
Hey, Zach.
I just wanted to express my gratitude for this place. I was facing some time in jail. I was screwing up my life. through alternative sentencing and coming to this place helped me get to where I am today, avoid jail time, and really start to work on myself and get to the place to be that person who I want to be. Jeremy, my treatment team, Rabbi, Harriet, everybody here, I just wanted to thank you, and I'm very glad to be here.
All right. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, like, everything, really, tell you the truth. But I think that a couple of things. I'm grateful for all the birthdays, not just tonight, but all the nights, because you validate what we do. You are our evidence-based, what is it? Evidence-based research? What? Evidence-based treatment practices. What I was bantering with Cameron about is very real, because a lot of people who've gone through the program continue to do something, whatever it is, be of service, donate whatever they can, participate, etc. So they came and they came into a good environment, and they do everything they can to grow this good environment. And so, Cameron, I'm grateful to you and all the alumni for doing that. The birthdays, all of you, Jeremy said it so well. The only thing I want to sort of add is that Luke is one of the most unlikely to succeed. Can you imagine? He's drunk. His brother, a blessed memory, Nate, tells him, "You're going to a Jewish rehab." He says, "Dad is a Lutheran minister. What are you talking about?" "You're going." He shows up. Can you imagine the shell shock of the first Shabbos? He's like, whoa. And he held on. And many months later, there was a group of rabbinic students from Hebrew Union College here. And we had a panel, and it was on the panel. And the question was, what's your Jewish practice now? And so Luke says, I go to Torah study every day, and I'm at Shabbos. And they said, wow, what was it like before? He says, my father was a Lutheran campus minister. Dead silence from these rabbinic students. They don't know what to do. They don't know if he's kidding. I said, no, that's real. And everybody broke up. So, Luke, thank you. I'm grateful for our relationship. I'm so grateful to Nate for so many things. And really, most of all, for introducing me to you and to your mom and to your dad and to him, to Kelly. Because our connection means so very, very much to me. And I'm grateful to Jack for these paintings, for the friendship, and Jack and Laura. But really, Jack, you're thanking us, and really for me, it's our... Rabbi Heschel says the humility is truth. And your art, your wisdom, your inspiration, hanging on our walls, it's just truth. And the gratitude that Beit Shuvah has for your truth, and that Harriet and I have for your truth and your friendship and your love, beyond measure. And I also want to make mention, for those of you who wonder, Russell Kern is sitting second from the end over here. He's one of our gala honorees. And I'm not allowed to ask him for any more money, he told me. Beat me to the punch. But really, I got to tell you, Russell is the reason that Creative Matters exists. Because it sure doesn't make any money. And it ain't adding to the bottom line, trust me. And Russell has belief. Belief that it will. And belief in the transformation of life that happens for people who go through and intern and work and interact with Creative Matters. And so, not just because you're the honoree, not just because you're the past chair, not just because of your donations, but because of your spirit. Because of this huge soul that radiates such light and belief in us, creates this good environment, and does the hard work, and is engaged in training people in how to live. I'm so very, very grateful. And none of it happens without you. And I have not been easy this week. Been a difficult week. My mother's not, she's had a couple of physical and emotional, mental setbacks. And my father's yahrzeit, and just a lot of things. And so what I love is that you know me. You know the things that bother me. I love in our group today how you knew all the people. Everybody who shared, you knew them. And knowing somebody is the greatest gift that you can give. And you give that gift to all of us. You give the gift of, don't have to be afraid to show who I am because people know me and want me and I belong. So the creator of this good environment is you. Starts with you. And your brilliance is that you've been able to inspire, train, teach, and empower so many other people to create this kind of environment. And I'm one of the greatest beneficiaries of it. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, we continue with Or Zarua.
Adonai
Thank
Doble, do it. That was fun. Oh, and it was more fun coming. Guess what's coming next? It's time to welcome in the Shabbos bride with Lecha Dodim. I can't say it like you, Rabbi. Lecha Doidi. Here we go. Oh. We're going to turn over to the entrance. We're going to welcome in the Shabbos bride. Welcome, Shabbos bride. Welcome, Shabbos bride. It's time to light the candles. Let's have the birthdays come up, and so we can light the Shabbos candles now. Come on up, birthdays. Let's take all of this energy that we've had and let's take and focus it inside. Let's get quiet now so we can focus on the blessing. All of you that are still excited back there, talking and loving and singing some more. Come on in and bring. Oh, thank you, Harriet. does kind of feel like a concert in here tonight, doesn't it? Great music and a buzz in the background always, too. Yeah. So let's pretend we're not at a concert for a few minutes. I like it, you know, with the energy up. I mean, I've noticed I stir the energy up, too. I like it. But when we get to the Baruch Hu, it's time to take a breath and bring it inside. You know, it's time to kind of just sit and be quiet for a moment. So give me a couple minutes here. I'm keeping it short tonight because it's birthday night. I want this week and next week lots of birthdays. You know, a lot of us got sober in January. Just saying. Just saying. So for a good part of my life, I've had to write things down. I've had lots of tasks, lots of stress. Sorry to admit, I hate to admit it, an aging process, kind of making the memory go away. And, like I said, a little brain damage along the way. It makes my memory a little iffy sometimes. My wife says to me constantly, maybe you should see a doctor. I'd write more things down. That's how I'm working on it. So no matter what I know is that if I don't write things down, I'm going to forget them. If I don't make an effort to remember, I will forget. Christine Adams, in her book called Love, Infidelity, and Sexual Addiction, writes, spiritual intimacy with a higher power transcends human relationships. But addiction and co-addiction involve forgetting God, or at best, putting the relationship with God in second place. Now in this Parashat Bo, we are given instructions of things to do so that we will not forget the mighty act of God bringing out the children of Israel from slavery. What day, what time, what sacrifice, what to do, what to eat, what not to do, and so on. They're all in this parsha. And we are told to remember. We are given reminders so that we can remember. The mezuzah for Jews is a reminder. It's on our doorpost, so we remember to act with love when I walk in the house and to act with love when I walk outside of the house. A lot of us forget to look at the mezuzah. The Seder for Passover is there for us to remember. It gives us words and actions and tastes and smells and music so that we remember and that we do not forget that Adonai brought us out of slavery. We need reminders because we will forget. That's the nature of us being human, not addiction. As humans, we will forget. When you leave Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, you encounter the words of the Baal Shem Tov above the door. And it says, forgetfulness leads to exile, while remembrance is the secret of redemption. Forgetfulness leads to exile, while remembrance is the secret of redemption. That's why we tell our story in recovery. We need to remember what it was like. We need to remember how it really was, because if we don't, we will repeat the same behaviors that brought us to the bottom and even lower. I heard the other night someone say, I knew there was a bottom, but I never knew the bottom had a cellar. That's our story. That is our story. That it will get worse before it gets better if we try to do it by ourselves. And you don't have to be an addict to hit the bottom. You don't have to be an addict to continue to live in old behaviors and repeat old narratives and tell the same story over and over again and do the same thing over again. That is not reserved for the addict. There's enough of it to go around for all of us. Judaism and the 12 steps speak about the solution, and we need to be about solutions. In the foreword to the second book, to the second edition of the Big Book, we read that a well-known New York stockbroker was greatly helped by Dr. William D. Silkworth. And from this doctor, the broker had learned the grave nature of alcoholism. Though he could not accept all of the tenets of the Oxford group, he was convinced of the need for what? For moral inventory, confession of personality defects, restitution to those harmed, helpfulness to others, and the necessity of belief in and dependence on God. It sounds like Judaism to me. It's called cheshbon hanefesh. It's called teshuvah. It's called tzedakah. It's called emunah, faith. This is what we are about as Jews. This is what we are about at Beit Teshuvah. And this is to what our Parsha is speaking. We will forget God, and we need to be reminded. We need to remember so we don't repeat the past. So, with all of the birthdays tonight, let's remember the day when we went out from our Egypt. Shabbat Shalom. Just stand with me for the Baruch Hu, please. And let's join Cantor Rachel in the Baruch Hu. Let's be seated and find that quiet space for the Shema that's coming next. So let's all find the quiet space, okay? And let's all, would you breathe with me for a moment? Take a breath. So let's sit with our eyes closed, covered or whatever, for 30 seconds or so. Just sit in the quiet for a minute before we do the Shema. Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Shalom aleinu.
say shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimromad. Say shalom aleinu.
Come on. Hey, I grew up for show. I've been thinking less about making more. A lot of shit would change a year or two ago. I've been making moves and planning these shows. Learning how to navigate this shit freely. I ain't got no time to take my life breezy. Aim small, miss small, it's that easy. Watching all my demons and they swimming deep beneath me. Face this shit all my life. I've been trying to make it through all these lives. I know baby waiting all on my line. I know they wanna hate erasing my mind. I feel like my play is on repeat. You spend all your days in disbelief. I've been thinking ways of treating greed. With buying shit to take my mind off what I need. Oh, come on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, come on. Come on.
All right, let's give it up for Max. Max. And for the band, we got David and Luca and Greg and Glenn and Laura, Rabbi Michael, and the inimitable songbird, Rachel Freed. So now's the time for the Mourners Kaddish. Those of you who are saying Kaddish for a yort site and or for the year of mourning, please rise. If someone is standing alone, please stand with them to make sure that nobody's ever alone. I ask everybody to be quiet for this. I'll tell you why. We're speaking people's names who no longer have voices. So in a lot of ways, we're their voice. And it's a sign of respect and it's a sign of love to hear the call of their voice. So we say Kaddish for the yort sites of Robert Wiviet, Irving Applebaum, Eli Silk, Sidney Rubin, Norma Borey, Max Light, Jack Wexler, Arnold Lorber, Lillian Weisfeld, Rose Cohn, Evelyn Gladney, Sandy Gersh, and Roger Goodman. And the year of mourning of Meredith Baskin, Patricia Beckerman, Richard Block, Tricia Dintzer, Bobby Dorn, Sylvia Feldman, Barbara Hare, Yale Hare, Steve Katz, Dwight Keys, Jody Labov, Chuck Maltz, Hyman Miller, Brett Nadler, Isaiah Negretti, Ed Praver, Dee Dee Quinn, Gene Redstone, Tyler Shamash, Erwin Shapiro, Michael Shapsis, Michael Sayelski, Phyllis Tell, Lester Trackman, Alice Weiss, Hannah Wilson, Donna Zivick. Echon, Chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Bizman Karib Bimru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabban Varach Le'olam Olamei Maya, Yisbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Brechu. Le'ela Minko Birchata V'shirata, Tush Bechata V'nechemata, Damiran Bi'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Hosei Shalom B'mromav, Huya Say Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the one who makes welcoming in the high heavens send comfort to all who mourn. Let us say. Amen. So there's 3 other people I forgot to thank and give kudos to. We have Leslie Chu on the soundboard. He's amazing, amazing. We have Max Hahn doing our live stream. Yay, Max. And we have Zach S.I. doing our screens over here. So it takes a lot to make this whole thing happen, and we're very, very grateful. Rachel, where's Rachel? Oh. Uh-oh. Well, we'll have to get the birthdays to come up.
Page 57.
Page 57. I might have to work this tonight. You have no idea. I haven't done it in so long, I don't even know what we're doing. Oh, no. Does anybody know what we're doing?
Something about gratitude.
Man, oh, man, I don't know. No, I know what we're doing. Thank you. Okay. It's on the screen. It's over here. 1, 2, 3.
O Lord my God, I cried unto you, and you did heal me. O Lord, you saved me from the peril and kept me alive.
Now we go to the prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, haromel l'chaim, tovot shekmen kol tov.
Blessed
On the screen. Use the one on the screen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who bestows good beyond our deserving, and who has dealt graciously with us.
Would you guys agree to that that's true?
Yeah.
Okay, then as a congregation, we have to say, Kol Tov Selah. May that which caused you good always bestow goodness upon you. Amen. Okay, take your spots along the aisle here. Birthday cakes, get out here first. Cakes, come on out before the... Wait. Before everybody gets up, we got to get the cakes out, because what happens is everybody crowds around and then the cakes can't get out and then somebody feels bad. And you know me, I hate to have anybody have poor feelings, because everybody knows how much I care about Luke's feelings. Where's Luke's cake? Okay, now get up if you're giving him a cake. Luke's family, come on. Wait. Where's Luke's family? Come on through, make a line. Okay, now we're ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear all of you. Happy birthday to you. Keep coming back. Shabbat. Okay. All right. So here's the deal, all right?
Grab a seat, everybody.
Hello. Hello. Jake, sit down. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. All right, so here's the deal, everybody. Just so everybody knows, we have 3 minutes. Max. So I'm going to start with Russell, because Russell works here and he's a perfect exemplar of somebody who likes to follow rules. The rule, Russell, is 3 minutes. Let's see how well he does, because he sure gets on the rest of us when he thinks we haven't. So this is my time to get even.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Russell. I'm a very grateful member of this community. I really want to start with gratitude, because, as I've said many times, for me, that's the beginning and that's the end. And for me, it's the most important piece. And for the people that have shown up for me tonight, my friends, my family, my loved ones, the people that gave me gratitude, you know, you guys, I am just humbled by the love that I feel in this room. Every time I show up here, and I don't show up as often as I used to because we went to this live stream thing and I can sit in my couch, and I don't know, it's a good thing or a bad thing, but when we're home, we live stream, and it's because I love this place so much and all that it's done for me. You know, every year it seems that, you know, there's highs, there's lows, and that's just part of life, and I've learned to deal with it, you know, integrating the good and the bad. And, you know, I told my spiritual counselor a long time ago when I came through here, Shai, I says, I just need life experience, and, you know, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it is experience, and that's what I crave. And this community, you love me, support me, you envelop me, and I do. I work hard. I work hard on myself. I work hard on my marriage. I work hard on my family, my recovery, my love, and this community. I give it everything I've got. Sometimes it's not good enough. Sometimes it's maybe not the way people would want it to be, but I do it with love. I do it with passion. I do it with purpose and intention, because the community that you, Harriet, and Rabbi have built for us, as you were saying, you know, it's something that really saved my life, and it taught me how to live a life with purpose and passion, and it's given me a joy that I can't even put words to. I don't want to list the things that I have, because those aren't that important, but what I do have is I have honor and integrity and love and compassion and family, and I want to thank my wife, Lisa, for the love that you've shown me and the support that you give me. And I want to thank my mother and my father, Linda and Alan Maybrook, who I love dearly. I couldn't love them more if they bore me. And my sister and my brother-in-law back home, Stacy and Tony. I love the fact that we have gotten so close together and we get to share in so much. And I just want to say again, thank you all so much for my birthday, for the love, for the fellowship, and God willing, for many more years together. Thank you.
Good Shabbos, guys. I'm Jake. I'm a grateful member of this community. I once heard from a very wise woman who happens to be sitting in this room that the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. And I believe Beit Shuvah is an environment of connection. And that's why I choose to come here every day. And that's why I show up, and that's why I give my 100% to this place, because I believe in what we stand for. I think it's awesome how we run things. I really love that we don't turn people away regardless of their ability to pay, and that's something that I wanted to be behind, and that's one of the reasons that I love these walls here, and I've continued to donate my service here for almost 4 years. As Jeremy was saying, mistakes are also part of my story. And 2 years ago, I was in a very dark place. And when I came here kind of on my knees, and I had a very important conversation with Harriet, and it was at that moment that really I got the fuel to inspire me to just stick with it and put my life back together. And I once again just want to say how grateful I am to be a part of the team we have here. Thank you for the people that show up for me, my family, my loving girlfriend, I love you so much, my friends. There's people here that, seeing you tonight, knowing that you came for me, it just touches my heart in such a special place, and I'm so eternally grateful for you. I just want to give a quick shout out to the clinical department, all of you. You inspire me every day. I love you. I will do anything. You have my undying loyalty, and I will continue to show up because I believe in you. Thank you for celebrating my birthday. Thank you.
This place is full. My name is Phil Steingrut. Before I came here all day, I've been thinking about what I was going to say, and the things that come to my mind more than anything is thank you, Harriet, and thank you, Mark, and thank you, Mikhail. I love this room. I love this community. It was something I needed. It saved my life. I miss it. It's very difficult for me to make it down here from where I live. Thanks to my roommate, he drove me down here. The sisterhood will always be remembered. Thank you, Kathy. I wished I could make it at least once a week, and maybe that might change. I found a way of getting down here. I have to get up early in the morning and go to work every day. I usually get up at around 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's very difficult for me to stay up late. I don't know if that's, well, it is a good thing. I used for over 40 years. I'm 60 years old now. And I think about GD every day of my life. I have a picture of my parents in my wallet and kiss them every day of my life. I talk to my sister now, who just had her 3rd grandchild today. And she also texted me a picture of that grandchild with its umbilical cord still attached, which was very nice. I gave her best wishes and good health for the baby coming into the world, as my father would teach me or had taught me. My parents were wonderful, and they gave me a good life. I threw that down. Why didn't they do that for Russell? I love you, Russell. Thank you, and I will try to, thanks, Earl. I will try to make it down here more often. Appreciate it. Love you all.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Dean, and I'm a grateful member of this community. Pull this up. I was just thinking, I have so many special relationships with different people in this room, from staff and current residents and friends, and it's such a magical place. And I want to start off by saying thank you to Harriet and Rabbi Mark for all they have done the last 30 years to create such a special place of healing. I owe my life to Beit Shuvah. It was this sanctuary that allowed me to plant the seeds for my recovery, my sobriety, and my growth as a man. This is the place where I learned how to reintegrate the body, mind, and spirit. Beit Tshuva is rich in community, spirituality, and connection to each other. It makes me think of the saying, it takes a village. From the top down, all of the staff, spiritual advisors, and group counselors were amazing and supportive of my journey. Since I left, I've continued to grow and learn over the last few years. I have invaluable relationships and friendships, a big network of support, a career I'm passionate about, and I strive to be of service to my peers. I've had the privilege to sponsor some of the guys that went through Beit Tshuva after me. It is always a bright spot in my day when I get to walk through these doors. To my family and friends that are here tonight, you mean the world to me. The most important people in my life are here, in this room, full of joy and happiness. My brother, who is on this path with me, is probably my biggest inspiration today. And I still look up to him as I did when we were children. Thank you for all that you do, for myself and our whole family. Mom, I love you more than words can describe. You never gave up on me, and here we are today, 3 years sober. I said this at 1 year sober at my first cake at Beit Tshuva, and I'll say it again. If the only blessing I received on this path was to see you this happy, that would be enough for me to continue fighting for the light. I'm so grateful for my life today. Thank you.
My name is Luke. I'm a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm a very grateful member of this community. This is a pretty cool service tonight. I really love the energy. I got a lot of gratitude. I want to just give thanks right now, and I'm so glad my family, some of my family is here. Sassy, Kelsey, my mom. What a year we've been through together, and I'm so grateful to the three of you for the support you've given me. Norm, thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate it. I know there is someone who's really proud and smiling down on me right now, my brother, Nate, who passed away a little over a year ago. As Rabbi said, he's the reason that I'm here. Just to back up a little bit, I'd been through a few treatment centers before coming here, and I got kicked out of all of them, and a lot of sober livings got kicked out, and eventually I was living in my car and in motels in Gardena. They have good rates in Gardena. It's like $35 a night for a motel, back then at least. My body just gave out, and I was once again in a hospital. This was becoming a common occurrence for me. And again, when I woke up this time in the Gardena hospital, my brother was there and said, look, I will help you, but only if you go to long-term treatment. And I know the place you're going to go. It's called Beit Teshuvah. And I was like, Beit to what? Is that English? He's like, no, it's not English, it's Jewish. And I was a little puzzled. I was like, do you mean Hebrew? He's like, yeah, Jewish Hebrew, it's that. I was like, Nate, they're going to know that I'm not Jewish when I get there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to show up. I don't look like a Jew. They're going to find out. It's not going to go well. He's like, don't worry. I've been talking to them. It's all set. All you got to do is go to Torah study. You'll be fine. That's where you're going. And I'll help you if you go there, or you can go back to living in your car in Gardena. What's it going to be? And I'm lying in a hospital bed, and I'm like, Jewish rehab, car in Gardena. I'll get back to you. I literally said that. I said, I got to think about it. And he left. And I was there, and I thought about it, and I called him up, and I said, Nate, I can't stop. I need help. I'm willing to go. And when I got here, he got me here. When I got here, I still wasn't sure what was going to happen. I still didn't know if I could be sober. I'm going to need a little bit more time. Rab, can you? All right. I'll speed this up, guys. I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know the direction of my life. I didn't know if this was going to work. And what happened next, I'm going to try and summarize in a story. And it's a story that some of you may have heard. It's a story about an alcoholic in a rowboat. There's an alcoholic sitting in a rowboat, and he's at his bottom, and he's spiritually bankrupt, and he's miserable. And he doesn't want to be there anymore. He doesn't know what to do, but he sees the oars, he grabs them, and he starts rowing. And if any of you have ever been in a rowboat, you know that your back is to the front. You can't see where you're going. And he just starts rowing. And as he's rowing, God starts steering. And he's rowing, and he's really getting into it, and he's rowing, and God's steering. And all of a sudden, he looks up as he's rowing, and he looks around. He's like, wow, I really like where I'm going. This is pretty great. And then he starts rowing even harder. And he looks up, and he is just blown away with where he's going. He gets so excited, he stops rowing, stands up on the rowboat, and says, hey, God, this is fantastic. Hey, do you mind if I try steering? God says, absolutely, go ahead, but I don't row. I don't row, God says. Rabbi, I will be eternally grateful for you for teaching me how to row. Teaching me what living with integrity is and what doing the next right thing is every day is how I row. And I'm blown away with where I'm at. And I'll admit that over the 10 years, I still sometimes stand up and I try and steer. And every time I do, I don't go anywhere. And I have to surrender to just the idea that the only thing that I have power over, the only thing in my life that's actually manageable, is my ability to choose to row. I can't believe I'm up here a decade sober. Thank you. And Harriet, thank you for this place, and thank you for seeing me. You see me. It's remarkable. Even if I haven't been in your office in a while, when I come back, you just know me. You get me, and thank you. And Kelsey, one more thing. Thank you again. This year, you and I, you've really been a big support to helping me row, and we're doing it. And I want to thank everyone here for my birthday. Thank you.
And with so much joy, we have to remember that there are those who are ill. So we want to say Misha Berach, found on page 55. Misha Berach Avotenu v'Imatenu hu yivarech v'rapeh et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal. Please put out the names. Kodosh Baruch Hu, send him a complete healing, a healing of the body and a healing of the soul, and let it happen right now, and let it say. Amen. Please join in the singing. Thank you. Is she not wonderful? I mean, amazing. Okay, so this is the time for announcements and passing out the challahs. Make sure all the birthdays have challahs first. Last week we forgot the birthdays. So, a funny thing happened on my way to rehab, a night of comedy presented by the Sisterhood. That's going to be Saturday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. The suggested donation is $15. Shh. We all need to make time for laughter in our lives, so join us for a fun-filled evening of comedy with bright, up-and-coming comedians and help support Beit Shuvah's amazing Pay What You Can addiction recovery program. You can make a difference. You can contact Dana Gash or Jillian in the office for more information, right? Okay. Our BTS marathon team is going. It's not too late to join. We want more people joining. Our spring adult education classes have begun. Rabbi Michael is in the midst of Deuteronomy, Josiah, and the Torah. And flyers are available in the lobby. Bereavement process group for parents that have lost a child to addiction every other Wednesday. The next group is January the 23rd. You're going to update these announcements. It says January 9th. Our gala at the Beverly Hilton. We want you all to be there. We hope that you'll all be here. So, sponsoring Shabbos tonight is Luke. Thank you. Lisa, Linda, and Alan, in honor of Russell. Thank you. And Philip, with gratitude to Beit Shuvah. Thank you. We need 2 more sponsors. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who else is doing it? And thank you. Okay, so we're very, very grateful. We made the nut tonight. It's a joy to make that happen. Nicole, am I forgetting anything? Oh, the other person we have to be grateful for is Nicole. So most of all, we want to say have a great Shabbos and thank you. Please rise for the Kiddush on page 61. Oh, no, sit down. We're doing Oz V'Zim Rosh. I forgot. Harriet's got to hear it. I know we were going to get done early, but... Oh...
All right, this side over here, this side. Here we go.
Everybody get up for the Kiddush. It's all on the screens. Let's do it. Baruch atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. Shabbat kodsho, me'ahava uvratzon hilhilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher yetziat Mitzrayim, ki
Good Shabbos, everybody.